Hello, my name is Christina Dendy, and I am the author of The Wall in the Wild, this picture book here. And being the author means that I wrote the words, and the illustrator, Rewse, she drew the fabulous pictures that bring the story to life in this book. And I hope you appreciate her pictures as much as I do. The Wall in the Wild is about our main character here, Miss Anna, and the garden that she grows, and the wall that she builds to protect it, and the wild, which makes a special appearance. So we're going to read the story for you today, or I am. But first, let's look at the inside cover. I want to pull the flap back here so you can see the beautiful trees that Katie drew there. I love how she did the shadows there and how they're kind of leaning toward Anna. She's over here planting a little sapling or taking care of it. And this is The Wall in the Wild by Christina Dendy and Rewse from Lantana Publishing. Let's find out what happens. At the end of Iron Bark Way, the town of Stone Hollow edges against the wild. There, Anna turns a patch of bare earth. Seed by seed, drop by drop, Anna grows a garden, lovely, tidy, and thick with life. Perfect, she says. You can see Anna down there, turning the soil and planting. All right, let's see. Oh, I love, there's like a little crow here watching her. She wants to keep it that way. So, Anna picks out the most perfect seeming seeds. Not too big, not too small, no breaks, no bruises. The rest she throws into the untidy wild. You stay out there. Anna lines the boundary between her orderly patch and disorderly wild. So you can see she's got her garden, she's checking out all of her seeds, and she tosses some of them away and then builds this barrier here out of stones to separate her garden from the wild. And look, I love Anna's rain boots. All right, let's see what happens next. Anna's garden grows and grows and grows. Leafy trees, tasty fruits and vegetables, sweet-smelling flowers. Birds, bees, and butterflies hum. Critters, some with 4 legs, some with more, nibble. People stop to look. See, she has some friends there stopping to see her garden because it's so pretty. She's watering the plants need water. And look at all the pretty flowers and then all the critters that are hidden in there. There are butterflies and bees and ladybugs. There are some mice. I think there's a snail or two hiding. There's even a kitty cat. And these are all actually really important to Anna's garden. They're called pollinators. They help spread the pollen that helps the flowers grow. All right. Yes, Anna grows a wondrous garden. But what's this? She asks. I didn't plant you. Anna plucks and pitches the unfamiliar sprout. Then she picks through her seeds. Too dull, too round, too thin, too tough. More fly into the grubby wild. You stay out there. Anna builds her boundary a little higher. So here she is. She tosses her seeds over the wall, and the wall's getting a little bit taller. She thinks maybe the wall will help protect her garden. Anna's garden grows and grows. Less leafy, less tasty, less sweet-smelling. Fewer birds, bees, and butterflies hum. Fewer critters nibble. Fewer people visit. Oh dear, there's her friend. He looks a little worried. You can see his face. Anna's face looks frustrated. And her garden's looking a little sad. Some of the flowers are kind of droopy. Anna trims and thins and pinches and prunes. But, more of you, she asks? Not here, you don't. Anna tugs and tosses the unwanted shoots, then picks through her seeds. She's pulling out the things she thinks don't belong. Too bright, too thick, too flat, too soft. You stay out there. Most soar into the messy wild, and Anna builds the boundary as high as she can. There they go. Let's see. Until she has a mighty wall. Her little boundary has grown quite a bit. That must have taken a lot of work. Let's see if that helps. Oops, let me see. Anna's garden grows. Thinning leaves, dull blooms, pinched fruits. Birds, bees, and butterflies hum away. Critters scamper and scurry to find tastier nibbles. No one stops. Now her garden looks really, really unhappy. Something's wrong. Anna's not sure what it is. She has to figure it out. Anna waters and feeds her plants, but bracken and brush, she fumes. What is going on? Anna surveys the constellation of uninvited leaves, grass, and vines. They reach over, through, and under the wall, while shadows creep across the fading flowers of her garden. You can see all kinds of different things growing over the wall and through the cracks. On the other side, voices babble, footsteps patter, and sunlight beams. Anna marches to the wall. She climbs up, 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 and sees. What do you think she's going to see? You ready? Wow! That is what she sees on the other side of the wall. Look at how fabulous that is. All the beautiful colors. The wild grew. And I see all kinds of critters too. More bees and birds, and look, there's the fox. I love the fox. Okay. The seeds Anna threw away have grown. Deep but bright, tangled but rich, strange but wonderful. Perfect, she says. She wants to keep it that way, so Anna climbs down the wall and pulls loose a stone. And look what's on the other side. There's the fox and the rabbit and a mouse and lots of sunlight, bright sunlight coming through. At the end of Ironbark Way, the town of Stone Hollow edges against the wild. There, Anna and her friends tend the rich earth. Seed by seed, drop by drop, a garden and a wilderness grow together. And there they all are. There's Anna with a friend, and they're taking care of her garden. And it's looking nice again. And look, they've taken down the wall, some of the stones they used to make a little pond. Maybe they could build something else with those stones too, like a path or a bridge or a bench to sit on. All kinds of things. And then if you look in the town too, you can see new plants are growing around the other houses. That is the wall in the wild. Oh, in the back pages, we have something called back matter, which is where authors like me sometimes sneak in some extra information we might want to share with you. This says, did you know? Scientists know that well over 1 million species of life exist on Earth. They think that more than 8 million species exist. A species is a group that shares certain traits. So far, scientists have identified about 1 million animal species, including humans. Most, around 950,000, are insects, like ants, bees, and butterflies. There are also around 300,000 species of plants. Many different species share areas of land and water. These areas and the species that live in them are called ecosystems. An ecosystem can be large, like an ocean, or small, like Anna's garden. Ecosystems are communities. Everything that lives in them affects everything else. Ecosystems need many species to do well. That's because living things rely on each other for food and other necessities. A garden ecosystem like Anna's needs many types of plants to grow, as well as the help of insects and other animals, those pollinators we mentioned. It also needs sunlight, soil, and fresh water. Seeds like the ones Anna plants come in many shapes, sizes, and textures. They get bruises and scratches, just like you do. They still grow. Seeds don't need to look the same or perfect to grow into perfectly beautiful, healthy plants. Your community is an ecosystem too. It needs different people to help it grow. The people in your ecosystem don't have to look, act, believe, or be the same to create a beautiful, healthy place. Variety makes for a bright, rich, wondrous garden. Yep, that's what the fox says. There he is. There's the fox. There's a grasshopper too. I love all the critters in the pages. You can go through and see how many you can find. And on the back we have some dedications for Ori, Nova, and Quinn, my own wild and wondrous sprouts, and Jeff, my most beloved gardener, Christina. And those are my children and husband. And then for Zara and Jesse from Katie. All right. That was The Wall in the Wild. I hope you enjoyed the story. I really enjoyed having the chance to read it to you and getting to hold the story as a book. It's very exciting. So, in our story, Anna planted a garden and built a wall and learned a little something from the wild. So, if you have time today and would like to do an activity, I hope you'll find a piece of paper and some pencils or crayons or markers, whatever you like to work with and have available. And you can draw a picture or paint a picture of a garden or a wall or a wilderness area, a natural space. Or you can do all three, just like this cover does. And they can be whatever you want them to be. It can be a flower garden, a vegetable garden. It can be, let's see, the wall could be made out of stone like this one, or brick, or wood, or you could do a wall of books. You could do a wall made out of glass that you can see through. Yesterday, I took my children to a park, and there were walls of shrubbery that made a maze. And the wilderness area, it could be a forest like this. It could be a rainforest. It could be a desert. It could be an underwater wilderness area, a coral reef. There's so many possibilities. So you choose something that pops into your head and calls out to be drawn, and that means something to you. And then when you're done, I'd love for you to write a word or a sentence or a paragraph or even a whole story describing what you drew. Tell me something about your picture. You know, why does it matter? What does it mean to you? What's happening there? What is the wall for? Does something sneak through the wall? Maybe you can draw some little cracks in the wall for something to poke through. And then if you want to, I'd love for you to share them with me. You can go to my website, and on the tab that says Contact Me, you can send me a message and send your pictures or stories, and you can get an adult to help you do this. Just like if you need help writing, you can get a grown-up to help you do that, or an older sibling or friend. And I'd love to see those from you and perhaps share them on the website or on social media with your permission. And I guess that's all we have today. Thank you so much for joining me and venturing into the wild. And I hope you'll get outside today too and maybe enjoy some wild spaces of your own. Thank you.